We gotta look back at this.
How does he maintain possession?
Jenkins, and that definitely was a little helmet-to-helmet on that hit.
Guys, Meredith Gorman here, and are you still not subscribed to Matt's channel? Well, if you're not, hit the subscribe button because he's giving out free picks each and every week. Hope you have a good rest of your day.
Super Bowl 58 live from Las Vegas. Crazy weekend over there in Vegas. Personally, I wouldn't want to be there, but it's going to be a fun time. I enjoy the slower times personally in Las Vegas these days. I'll be breaking down the game for you guys. Like I usually do, provide some free prop bets, talk some specialty props like I do every year. I've been doing this for about 5-6 years now, guys. I've been giving you my breakdowns. I like to throw in some specialty props for fun as well, novelty props as they call it. So we're going to have a little fun here. Sitting fairly nicely heading into this game, guys. Outright on the 49ers at the start of the year, plus 1,000, right? So it gives me the option to, bet the Chiefs here as well, just in case the 49ers do lose, which I do have this game at 50-50. I do see there's some value with the Chiefs, which I'll talk about here shortly. But yeah, I'm happy where I'm sitting. Obviously, I'll go over here quickly. The conference finals and what I thought about it could be sitting a lot nicer, but I'll take it. Oh, the Ravens. Gotta rant a little bit about the Ravens here, guys. We've been sitting perfectly if they showed up and played like that. Did at all this past year. Right? What a season it was for the Ravens. But in the big game, they didn't show up and Lamar didn't show up. And there's starting to be some concerns of Lamar not being able to show up in the big games. Right? We had the Ravens pending 1,800 start of the year. Would have been perfect. Right? Ravens, 49ers would have had both pending outrights. But hey, sports betting doesn't always work like that. Not all the time things go perfect, guys. Right? Let's talk about why they lost this game. 6 rushes from the running backs just can't be the game plan. Right? Lamar didn't rush enough as well. That's what makes his offense so much of a threat when Lamar makes the big runs and when he rushes. And I know Spags did an excellent job. I'm not taking anything away from the Chiefs defense. I do think the Chiefs defensive coordinator Spags had an excellent game. Right? Tried to stack the box. Wanted Lamar to throw. Right? Obviously he had some good connections with Flowers. Just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough. Turnover battle. Obviously, that's the main, also probably the main reason they lost the game. 3 turnovers for the Ravens, 0 for the Chiefs. Can't win playoff games like that, right? And at the end of the day, they still had a chance, right? Flowers, they could have made it 17-14. Flowers fumbled at the 1-yard line. Great play by Snead. Got to give my credit and hats off to Snead there. Excellent play punching the ball out there. I don't think Flowers did anything really wrong. Maybe he should have secured it a little better instead of just trying to dive forward. Right? That's a rookie move, right? But again, 17-14 would have been a totally different game, especially the way the Ravens defense were playing. Second half, 0 points. 0 points in the second half. Outstanding defensive performance, but Chiefs did well catching Ravens sleeping early. Right? Mahomes, great game management in that game. Didn't turn the ball over. Found Kelsey early in that game. I thought they were going to take Kelsey away. And they did in the second half, but did not in the first half. Very surprised there how Kelsey kind of just took over that first half. And it was impressive. Right? Again, been there, done that. This Chiefs team has been there and done that, and we've seen it multiple times. The refs. Now, yes, they missed some calls. I do think some of these 15-yard penalties weren't warranted. But the Chiefs are going to get the calls. Right? Mahomes is going to get the calls. Right? I thought Likely was caught a couple times on non-pass interference calls. But again, I don't think the Ravens lost because of the refs. It would have helped. Would have been a closer game, I think. But hey, you got to understand that the Chiefs will probably get the calls in the games. And I think just the Ravens were out-coached in this game. I didn't like the game plan at all from the offensive coordinator. I wanted to hear from him. He did not speak. John Harbaugh said, yes, we would like to run the ball, but he had some, they were stacking the box. They were doing a good job. he was just basically saying they were out-coached. So, I got to tip my cap to the Chiefs. Smart game plan. Caught the Ravens sleeping early. But that Ravens defense shut them down to give them a chance to win. And then the turnovers, right? Lamar threw that interception. Did think there was some pass interference there, but either way, it's a bad throw. You throw it in 3 people, right? You threw it into coverage with 3 guys unlikely. Come on, right? And then Flowers fumbles at the 1-yard line. So it could have been a different game, right? Hats off to the Chiefs. 49ers, once again, sneak by their opponent, right? Down 17 at half. They end up winning the game. We were on the Lions plus 7.5 there, so that cashed. Purdy played great second half, and probably is the reason why they're in the Super Bowl, guys. And he used his legs, which was surprising. A couple big runs. He saw the openings. Lions obviously didn't game plan for Purdy to run, and he took advantage there. So, hats off to Purdy. Dan Campbell. I understand he probably got them there, but he also lost the game for them when it mattered. I think he had a couple bad calls in that game. Obviously, going for it on 4th and 3 against a good team like the 49ers is not always the smart move, right? It's a good D-line. It's a good defense. Kick the field goal, right? The game would have probably been tied. Couple bad calls, but I get it. You've been doing it all year at a high rate, and then it just doesn't work out in in the big spot. I get it. He stuck to his guns. Just at least that 4th and 3 or 4th and 4 that he went for it, you got to kick the field goal there. 4th and 1, I get it. 4th and 2, I get it. When it starts getting 4th and 3, 4th and 4 against a good defense, kick the field goal down. Let's get into it. Let's get into the breakdown here, guys. Super Bowl. Remember, the Super Bowl happened 2020. Chiefs won the game. I'm surprised this isn't a pick'em. Money's been coming in on the 49ers. Opened at -1.5 for San Fran and now moved to -2. I even see 2.5 on some books on FanDuel there. Chiefs have looked like the better team in the playoffs. Not all year, but when it matters most, the Chiefs have played their best football. 49ers haven't really played great, right, in the playoffs. Got by Green Bay, barely. Some would say because of the weather, right? And in the Lions, they had to come back down 17 at half. When are they going to put it all together? Is it going to be here in the Super Bowl? It could be. They just haven't put together a complete game for a while. I don't remember the last time. Sometime in the regular season. Right? 49ers had some issues to start the week practicing on a tough field. They called it's been a big story, right, on Monday. They're practicing at UNLV, which is the college. And Chiefs have been practicing at Raiders facilities. Right? So already a little bit of built-in excuse here for 49ers. You don't love it if you're a 49ers fan. I don't think it's going to factor in too much into the game, but, it's on your mind. If you're thinking about it and bringing it up, it's not a good thing. Yeah. I have this game at 50-50. All right, I'm sitting nicely with the 49ers outright, so I can bet the Chiefs here. Right, I can bet the Chiefs here and cover myself. And due to the value at plus 110, I think there's value here, and I will bet the Chiefs. I will take the Chiefs here due to the price. I'm going to go over some reasons why I think both teams could win. Starting with the Chiefs here. Why the Chiefs win this game? There are a few more reasons than the 49ers. One, Chiefs have gone to 4 of the last 5 Super Bowls, right? Winning 2 of them with this one pending. This is a Super Bowl rematch from 2020, which I mentioned. Chiefs won 31-20. Experience factor, big check mark for the Chiefs team here. Check mark everywhere. Coaching, players, check mark all over the place. Experience factor. Best QB in the game. One of the best QBs ever to play the game. Right? Trying to catch up to Tom Brady. Far away from Tom, but he's trying to catch him. And with a win here, he'll get even closer. Right? If you compare Mahomes and Purdy, it's just not fair. Right? It's a huge advantage there for the Chiefs at the QB position. The better defense, the numbers will tell you that. Some of the numbers will tell you that, guys. And the Chiefs have the better secondary for sure. And you could say the Chiefs, I wouldn't say they have the better run D, right? Obviously, even though the 49ers have been struggling against the run in the playoffs, they do have the better run game. run defense against run. Chiefs, that's where they do struggle at times. But they were able to take it away against the Ravens, even though the Ravens had a terrible game plan. Best tight end in the game, right? One of the best tight ends to ever do it. Kelsey steps up in big situations, in big games, big moments, right? Kelsey should have a good game here. The run game, obviously not better than Christian McCaffrey, who's the best running back in the league. However, Pacheco has really gave this team a different look this year. Having a run game, running downhill, very explosive, runs hard. They never really had that. It was more of a pass-first team. So they're using Pacheco more, opening up the pass for Mahomes. And like I mentioned, 49ers have struggled versus the run in the playoffs especially. Better coaching, definitely. Better coaching all around. Andy Reid, obviously. Been there, done that. Spags, outstanding year on the defensive end for Spags. And then the refs, right? The refs probably will be on the Chiefs' side. The refs are going to be on the Chiefs' side. Mahomes could get those extra calls. Are they going to give Purdy the call? No. They're going to give it to Mahomes, and it's well-deserved, right? So understand that the refs could be also on the Chiefs' side here. Why the 49ers can win this game? You know, on paper, they're just not weak anywhere. On paper, I think they're the deepest team and not weak anywhere. Ravens maybe a little more, but you saw what happened with the Ravens when the lights got bright. At least Lamar and that offense. Now, on paper, they're not weak anywhere like I mentioned. However, there has been struggles, guys. There has been struggles as of late in the secondary against the run, and Purdy at times has struggled. I do have to mention that. Obviously, more weapons than the Chiefs, right? Debo, CMC, best weapon in the game. Ayuk, Kittle, just a ton of options. So if one guy's not getting going or one guy goes down, no big deal, right? We saw Debo go down in one of the games. I think it didn't help, but they have other weapons if things go wrong, right? If Snead takes away one guy, you know, they're going to have options with Kittle or Debo. So there's just so many options. If this team is clicking, you know, they could score in the 30s, high 20s in this game, even against a very good defense. You know, limit Mahomes, they can with that D-line. Get to Mahomes. Take away Travis Kelce. I do think they have the guys to do that. On paper, dominating D-line, right? One of the best D-lines you'll see on paper. At times, though, this year, it hasn't lived up to those standards. Do they show up here big time in the Super Bowl at the right time, right? Can they cause Mahomes trouble? I do believe the 49ers are due for a complete game as well, right? They haven't played that complete game. I do think they could put it all together here, but it's going to be tough against an experienced Chiefs team. Best player in the game besides Mahomes is CMC. He can really take over this game, especially against this Chiefs run, right? If they really feature Christian McCaffrey early and he getting those through those holes, getting those big runs, I really do like Christian McCaffrey in this game to have a big one. And if he does have that big one, I think the 49ers can win this game. You know, to sum it all up, I love the value here with the Chiefs at plus 110. It's hard not to. I'm sitting good heading into the weekend, right? For people that don't have that big outright ticket pending, I'm going to lean the Chiefs money line here. But again, I have this game at 50-50, could go either way, right? You're back, if you're betting on the 49ers, you're backing on Purdy under the bright lights in his biggest game of his career. Can he show up? He's going to have, I'm not going to say he has to be spectacular and have a great game. He's going to have to be a game manager with a little sum. Let Christian McCaffrey take over the game. Don't turn over the ball, Purdy. Don't try to beat this secondary a ton because the secondary is very good. Right? Just can the 49ers put it all together? Can this star-studded defensive line who underachieved this year at times for San Fran against its O-line? I think that's going to be the big story. This is one of the best O-lines in the NFL, the Chiefs. Keep in mind, guys. So that's going to be a big battle here in the trenches. Whoever wins that battle, good chance they win this game. Looking forward to this one, even though it's the Chiefs again here. I wanted to see a change of guard and see the Ravens in there, some new blood. But Chiefs are still hanging around. And with Mahomes there at QB, I think they'll always be a threat in the AFC. Let's have some fun. Some fun prop bets that I usually look at. National Anthem. National Anthem, I usually bet that. Usually do fairly well on it too. I look into it, right? So Reba McEntire is the singer. She's a country singer, older lady now, but she's around. You probably heard the name. And she's experienced singing in these big games. She's sung at the National Anthem multiple times. World Series, she sung, NFL games, and even Indy 500, the rodeo. So there is tape on her. There's tape. Total is 90 and a half seconds currently. Lowest posted in 18 years. Keep that in mind. Listening to her anthems in the past, she seems to sing them quickly, and is the reason why for this total. It actually opened up at 85 and a half, but then it moved up to 90 and a half. And I think it's a little too high now. Right, I think it's a little too high. I watched a few of her videos. Her last one, okay, so her World Series one, that was back in 97. So I don't know how much I factored that one. That was 83 seconds. Her most recent one was like a softball World Series or something. And it was 80 seconds, guys. I didn't find one anthem over 90 and a half. So the play is going to be the under here on the anthem. She doesn't seem really to hold her notes. So play the under here in the national anthem. Gatorade Color, always fun. Always fun to have Gatorade Color. And again, guys, don't put big money on this. Just have some fun. You know, smaller units on this to have some fun. We got orange plus 240. Again, these numbers vary from book to book. I use actually for this FanDuel. Orange plus 240. Yellow / green plus 380. Purple plus 380. Blue plus 430. Red plus 490. Water or clear plus 1,000. Some history. Since 2001, orange has been dumped the most. Orange been dumped the most 21% of the time. Blue has been the most since 2015, 4 times. So keep that in mind. Last 5 years, Chiefs purple, Rams blue, Bucks blue, Chiefs orange, Pats blue. So blue's been a little more of the favorite here. And I think there's some value with blue at plus 430. And then orange too, right? Orange you got to bet both. Maybe have a little less on blue at plus 430. Chiefs win. They haven't put out a blue yet, right? But they did do orange. 49ers win, we have no idea, right? Some people like to use the theory, oh, they're both red teams. They're both red teams, but red actually has been used the least out of all the years. Me personally, my favorite color, best tasting, is orange, and I think that's why it's the most popular. It's the best tasting one, in my opinion. Blue, I don't really like blue, to be honest, but I can see why people like it. So yeah, play orange, and then maybe have a little sprinkle on blue as well. I'll leave you guys with a few anytime touchdown props. For clients, I'll probably have a few other prop plays. So head over to the website or link.me/systemcapping to get the full card. Anytime touchdowns, guys. You got to go. Obviously, Christian McCaffrey, but the price is ridiculous. But you can parlay it with Pacheco, get a much better price, get plus money, right? So what I would do here, if you want to have some fun, do CMC and Pacheco, get that at plus money, parlay it together, or just do Pacheco. Pacheco anytime touchdown, shop around, get the best price out there, get around plus money. But yeah, that would be some fun. Have some fun, guys. It's Super Bowl, right? Have some fun. CMC and Pacheco anytime touchdown together, plus money. Have some fun with the anytime touchdowns. I do believe the tight ends like Kittle, Kelsey, got a shot to get in there as well. Game script with tight ends is tough to call. But if you can get a good price there, you want me to look that way as well. That will do it, guys. That will do it. Another fun year in the NFL. I'll see you guys again next year for sure. Good luck if you have any pending outrights. Good luck if you're betting large on any teams. Obviously, Super Bowl, most bet time of the year for the sports books. They probably want... I do see a lot of action coming in on the Chiefs money line. They probably want San Fran to win, but I do believe San Fran outrights must be fairly large. They were second or third favorite to win at the beginning of the season. I got a good number at plus 1,000. I know a couple people holding tickets, and they're lower, plus 500, because they probably bet them throughout the season. I took them at the start of the year. So obviously I'm cheering for 49ers. Obviously not a Chiefs fan, especially after they beat my Ravens, of course. But let's see. Let's see what happens. I really do believe this could go either way, 50-50. Hard to really get an edge, but I explained it. If you look at all the points that I mentioned, the Chiefs stand out a little more. Another good year for the system in the NFL. We'll look forward to next year. Again, I'm here every week pretty much for the rest of the year with my UFC videos, guys. I also give out my videos midweek for free PGA plays, and it's been an outstanding run in the PGA. The last year and a month, guys, we're 77%, 24-7 free play videos in the PGA. I do these on TikTok, Instagram. I'll post it on Twitter as well. Quick, short video, 1-minute video. Hey, you never know. I might start doing podcasts on the golf market as well, even though I know the market's not as big. It's one of my best sports, guys. Like I always say, guys, bet smart and know your limits. Thanks for watching.